Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the middle of November. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and let's get a shuffle in here. I'm going to do one more shuffle. All right. Do hope things are going well. Hope things are going good for you, Aquarius. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. And as always, all of the decks that I use in my videos are linked in the description below. Let's go ahead and get all the cards out here, then I'll make sure we're all adjusted and in view. And okay, all right. All right, Aquarius, I think that's looking just about good enough to me. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands, this represents a passionate new beginning, potentially the start of a passionate new beginning in your life. I love the Ace of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards. This is the thing that you want if you're looking to physically start something new. Typically, this drums up ideas of side hustles, businesses, projects, things like that. But it could also be something like healthy eating, going to the gym, putting yourself out on dating sites, or doing stuff like that, right? Like maybe going out and dating, doing things like this, maybe making new friends, whatever it is, like physically starting something new. This is what you want. If that's what you're looking for, this is what you want, right? When you get the Ace of Wands. This can be described as like the spark of life, or kind of getting inspired in your life, or like new inspiration, or like a wave of new inspiration or new energy coming into your life. So it's a very, very good sign in the tarot from my perspective to get the Ace of Wands. So I definitely like to see this for you. If I'm just doing like a quick overview here, there are definitely some changes here on the horizon for you. There's no question about it, but in fact, I think that the change can actually be described as a new beginning, okay, right? And so this is not something that you should be afraid of or concerned around, more so that the cards are really showing pretty heavily here, the start of something new. Now, in the current situation, you have the Death card. So the Death card is a big energy. It's actually a positive card. If you look up the meaning of the Death card in the tarot, this says that you are going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. You are making a transformation in one's life, or you're making a transformation in your life. The Death card says that there's inevitable change on the horizon, and with that, you should not try to swim upstream. You should swim with the current, because you can't fight the type of change that the Death card brings, right? It says that change is inevitable and change is arriving. You could say that the Death card is about the old guard leaving and then making way for the new energy, the new people, the new guard, the new ideas. And you, Aquarius, are somebody who is innovative, right? You like the new ideas. You like the new age technologies. You like the kind of, you like, the inventiveness of life, right? And you can think of this as like new information, new ideas, new technologies, new situations coming in for you here. With this Death card and this Ace of Wands, I think some of you here are really doing like a clearing out at this time in your life. In the problem position, you have the Page of Swords, which the Page of Swords, this can say that perhaps, especially in the problem position, that some of you have maybe received bad news, or you've received disappointing or challenging news here. You may have also just been made aware of some type of delay in your life here recently, Aquarius. And this could also just simply be referring to you, as the Page of Swords can be described as an air sign. And it's almost like what happened here was with the Page of Swords. Now remember, I do not view the Death card as death and dying, okay? So your mind may have gone to a negative place here when I said bad news plus the Death card. That's not what this is about. That's not the way I read in my cards. Tarot is supposed to be positive. And what you can think about here is some of you may have been made aware of some type of, I don't know, let's say an organizational change at work. Like maybe the boss that you love to work for is now leaving. And this might be something that you are viewing as a bad thing, but it's actually a clearing out. It's actually a good thing. That's just an example, right? I'm just giving you an example. Some of you here have an opportunity to turn a situation that you view as negative into a situation that is absolutely positive because of the influence here of the Ace of Wands plus 2 aces on the board, which is a very positive sign. Now, what's interesting here is in the past, you have the Page of Cups, which is happy news, right? It's happy news. And, with the Page of Cups here, I do feel like whatever has been delivered to you here with this Page of Swords, the intention is good, okay? The intention of whatever message that came in or whatever news that you've been made aware of or whatever sort of how do I say this? I think some of you are feeling inspired to go in a new direction. And, this might have come through in a download. Whatever has come through to you. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever has come through to you, whether it was literally from somebody else or, just a new wave of information or energy in your mind, the intention of this is very good. And that is one thing that I really want to impart on you here if this reading is for you. Now, if you have a bad vibe about somebody, trust your vibe, right? Trust your vibe. But I'm saying, if this reading is for you, the intention here seems to be pretty pure. And, the universe has a way of clearing old things out for us when we're ready to sort of, when we're at the end of our cycle or when we're at the end of a cycle in life, right? And I almost feel like, the universe is sort of clearing something out for you here because there is some sort of cycle that's kind of moving along here. Now, of course, you don't have the World card, which would be the completion of a cycle, but it's almost like it's like the end of something important here is happening, and this feels like challenging, but at the same time, it can bring very good things into your life because in the future, you have the Queen of Pentacles, which the Queen of Pentacles is all about making practical choices, making practical decisions, generally being a practical person, making smart moves with finances, making smart moves just in general here. This can also be somebody in your life that comes in and delivers some type of grounding information to you or has a way of kind of grounding you and helping you out in that way. As an Aquarius person, I think that it's a very good idea to do some type of grounding practice. I'm an Aquarius moon, fun fact. And the thing about Aquarius is, man, sometimes Aquarius energy just likes to be up in the air, which is great. But we do need to come down, right? We need to come down from time to time. And I do think that some of you here it might be wise to do some sort of grounding practice here or grounding technique here. Surround yourself with people who do ground you even, I would say. Now, in the subconscious, this is what you can't see, this is the conscious. This is what you can see, what you're aware of. So this is what you are aware of. You have the Four of Cups. You're bored in your situation. Something's got to change. You're aware here that something has to change with the Four of Cups. You can even see that there's a way out. This person is receiving a way out here from the universe. The hand of the universe is giving them a way out, but they have to reach up and take it. And again, this is symbolism for you around this change that's coming. And it's this idea of, you can't sort of fight against the current. You got to swim with it, right? When the opportunity comes, take it, is what the cards are saying. Because you never know where this situation could lead you. But what you do know now is that there's a little bit of discontentment in your current situation. Okay? And the change is very much necessary that's coming in. Because remember, we started this reading off here with this Ace of Wands, which is like a really amazing card that can inspire you, or it can be related to the feeling of inspiration or physically starting something new. Again, I think that this is very important. In the subconscious, this is what you cannot see or what is hidden. You do have the Six of Pentacles here. It's the idea that as you give in life, you receive at the same time. And so, the question is like, what are you providing to the world? This doesn't always have to be like charitable giving here with the Six of Pentacles. This can be around like, okay, for example, like I have this YouTube channel, right? Like I try to share as much useful information as I can with as many people as I can. In a way, I am providing, I'm certainly providing help to others. And this is just an example, right? This is an example, but, is what you're doing now something that provides you with an opportunity to help and give back to others? Because if it's not, I do think that that's changing. I do think that this is something new that's coming in for you here, okay? I do think that you're being kind of put in a position to help in whatever form that may be. Now, in the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands can be about good news coming in quickly. It's a very good card. Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, good news, okay? Absolutely good news, good new beginning, breakthroughs, inspiration. It's the feeling of being unstuck. It's the clouds clearing in the background. It is very good card. It also can say that there's maybe something, there's something coming in from a distance. So this would be like, you might, this situation might arise for you on social media or online in some ways, as that is done through a distance, or you could get a phone call, text message, email, letter, whatever, right? That could certainly be the case as well. But overall, you love to see the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands in a reading because it's like, it feels good when you get that type of energy. Now, in the external influence, this is what is happening outside of you. You have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is about long-term investments in your life potentially paying off, or long-term situations in your life. It's about also, if you see here, this person is contemplating. They're looking at the pentacle that they've grown for a long time. They have their basket that they're using to harvest the pentacles here potentially, but they're really thinking, is it time for me to take this pentacle, right? Or all of these pentacles? Is it time for me to go do something with this harvest that I've created for myself? Do I go in a new direction, right? They are in this period of contemplation. And I do think that this is on the horizon for you, okay? I think this is on the horizon for you pretty heavily here with the Death card and the Ace of Wands. Again, don't be afraid of this Death card, Page of Swords. I think that the disappointing thing is that you know that something's changing here, but the positive thing is this change is actually a very, very positive new beginning. It's just a matter of the way that you look at it, right? It's the way that you kind of frame it. In the hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Swords. So this is a new beginning that leads to a breakthrough. This is also a breakthrough card. So you have the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords, which makes this even better because these are the two major breakthrough cards in the tarot. These are both of these cards can indicate like clouds clearing, as you see here. And this is another card of victory. So, you have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, you can feel it. You can feel it, right? I think as you progress through this month and as you progress throughout the rest of this year, you will recognize that whatever here is kind of being cleared out is being cleared out for a very, very important reason in your life. And clearing out it is, as you have the Ten of Swords in the outcome, okay? The Ten of Swords is something that is done. It's completely done. It's not coming back. It's over. That is the idea of the Ten of Swords. There's an element of finality with the Ten of Swords. What is done is done. What is done is done when you get the Ten of Swords. However, what this card allows you to look at is, it says that you can rest assured knowing that there's new hope on the horizon, and that you can release yourself from whatever is no longer serving you when you get the Ten of Swords. Whatever is no longer serving you is now gone when you have the Ten of Swords. And so it also says that the worst is behind you when you get the Ten of Swords. So, I do think that some of you are just dealing with something here, dealing with change, obviously, in this reading very clearly. But I do think that you're also going to look back not too long from now and say, okay, I made it through this. I made it through the storm, so to speak. And, here we are, right? We're now in this Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords energy. Good things are happening, things are rolling, and all of that. So I really like this for you. Let's go ahead and see what we have here to clarify this reading. Yeah, so you have the Three of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups, and you have the Eight of Pentacles here. This is about your work, okay, very clearly. Yep, if it wasn't clear before, this is about your work. Three of Pentacles here, you know, this is your teammates, your colleagues, you know, the people that you work with, but it's also being recognized and rewarded for doing something of quality or doing something good here, as you see the mallet on their belt, the anvil in the background, and the Eight of Pentacles is similar to the Eight of Pentacles in that this is about being a major talent in your life. Both of these cards can indicate building something of quality or building something using your unique gifts, talents, skills, and abilities. And particularly the Eight of Pentacles here. You have the King of Cups, which is saying, you know, pay attention to your emotions at this time, pay attention to the way that you feel about your situation, and also take a level-headed approach, take a calm approach to whatever's going on here, to whatever change is happening here. But Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles is very, very nice energy. I do think that some of you are maybe going to look into like, what would starting a business look like for me, something like that here. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at these Kipper cards. So you have bad health, mature woman, occupation, and despair. Okay, so I do think that there's like something connected to a relationship here, potentially, and I don't mean romantic relationship. The health of a relationship is changing, okay? The health of a relationship here is challenging for some of you, okay? With the two energies here showing up. So I do think that there's maybe like a relationship change. Again, I don't think that this is a romantic relationship. I think if anything, this could be a work relationship, like maybe your boss or somebody that you have to work with. I do think that, you know, this might even look like you changing jobs here. And I think that your relationship to whatever it is that you're doing for work is also maybe not healthy for you right now, as you have this energy of discontentment here, or discontent energy here with the Four of Cups, and again, the occupation card. So, you know, I do think that some of you here, this is bringing about maybe a completely new career or a new business for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.